cari batin na lupa. Tersebab. Ini ya. Height tersebab.
Atas ada.
Hah? Tapi
Yo lah tu. Tengok satu.
Viendo.
Can you hear me?
ya ya.
Saya kita setakat itu, tapi kita akan cari pada masa-masa lah kalau ada dan sebagainya kan. Dan saya sangat gila dapat kolaborasi dengan ini kan. This is my first time kolaborasi.
Yes, kemarin.
InsyaAllah mungkin harapnya bahawa pendidikan ini akan membantu insyaAllah pada kita punya Islam kita sendiri insyaAllah.
Okay, Miss Gladys, can you hear me here?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me clearly?
Yep, we can hear you as well. So it's by Malaysian time. It's 4 a.m. 4 p.m. So very good afternoon. Then I believe in Oman it is now
12 o'clock.
p.m.
Yeah.
Right? All right. So okay. Anyway, a bit introduction. Like what I mentioned, my name is Shamsul, one of the English instructors in UMP, Center for Modern Languages, and along with me is Associate Professor Dr. Zuraina Adi, and then I guess you know her well. And here along with me, actually, we are expecting quite a few more students to come in, but I guess the students are involved with class. Now it's last time, and so here we have some with us, and these students are from the UHL2432 English for Professional Communication, and basically the students are the graduating students. So they will be graduating like in a semester or two. So the topic of our session for today, I guess, really suit them well. So okay, to the dear students, our speaker here is Miss Gladys Latido Sulit from English Language Center, University of Technology and Applied Sciences from Ibra, Oman. Okay, so would you mind to say hi to our speaker? Come on.
Hi. May I know what course are you graduating from?
Mixed courses, some of them. So, like, what courses you guys are taking? Mechanical, electrical, computer science. And those who are just coming in, what course you guys are taking? Computer science. So basically, mixed students from mixed courses. But it happens that they are taking the English course, this English for Professional Qualification this semester. Alright. So
they will be joining the workforce soon.
Yes, soon. So these are all the graduating students.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to talk to Malaysia. It's my first time too.
All right. So shall we? So okay, Miss Gladys, shall we begin our session now?
Sure.
It's okay with you? What?
Sure. I was thinking if you have questions, you can use the chat box.
All right.
Or you can just ask me or interrupt if you want. Because there is a 2-second delay in terms of audio.
All right. We take note of that. Okay, the stage is to you, Miss Gladys.
Okay. So, good afternoon, students and co-faculty. Thank you for having me. I'm Gladys. You can just call me Gladys. I'm a Filipino. I've been teaching English since 2006. And I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for having me. Now, I'll be talking about building your personal brand. And my PowerPoint isn't working. Hold on. There you go. There you go. Okay, so this talk, we're going to talk about 4 basic things: presence and confidence, appearance, communication, and must-haves. What are the things that graduates should have for them to join the workforce seamlessly? Can everybody hear me well? Thank you. Okay, so let's begin. I'll be asking you questions. Feel free to talk, feel free to ask questions, but I can't see you at the moment because, like, I have 2 screens. One is me seeing myself in the PowerPoint, and the other one is controlling the PowerPoint. So it's good if you can use the chat box or interrupt me because I can't see you at the moment. Now, let me ask you, as a student, remember your first day or first day of the semester. How long does it take for you to know whether your new teacher is good or not? Answers. How long does it take for you to know whether your new teacher is good or not?
Within the first minute.
1 day? Okay, other answers?
2 sessions.
Of course, there isn't any wrong answers. Come on, answer. 1 day, another. I want to see you. What else? You can raise your hand. You can see yourselves, no? Is it just 1 day, 1 answer? 2 sessions. Thank you very much. What else? So 2 sessions will be a few hours. Yeah, that's right. Any other answers? That's it. After one class. After several classes. Yes. Okay. Now, this is a fact. According to research, people make decisions about people they meet within 6 to 7 seconds of meeting. So actually, when you see the person walk in the room, the new teacher, a new classmate, you're already judging the person whether he or she is good or not, right or wrong? Yes, the way a person walks, the way a person says, hi, good morning, everyone, the way a person smiles, your brain is already judging that person. So what does this say? Communication actually begins with first impressions. And first impression is actually a 93% rule. Can you read, what is 55%? Appearance and body language. Yes. And then it says 38% tone, pitch, the pace of your voice, the pace of your speech, and 7% what you say. So what does this mean? What does this mean? People are not really judged by what they say. Whether a person says something right or wrong, it doesn't really matter in first impressions, right? What matters is how people are perceived, how people look at you, how people perceive you when you talk first, when you communicate first. And this is the first impression rule. Now, how is this related to us looking for a job? How is this related to us looking for a job? You knowing this, knowing that there's a first impression rule, what does this mean?
Chances to get a job.
Uh-huh.
It increases our chances to get a job.
Yes, it increases our chances to get a job if you make a good first impression, right? So today we are going to learn, it's just like being in Blue's Clues or something. We are going to learn or hack on how to make better first impressions. Are you excited about that? Not really, miss. Not really. Okay. Going back. All right. So, question. Why is it that when some people walk into a room, others notice them? When they speak, others listen to them. But this is not for all people. Other people, it's like, okay, go ahead, talk. We won't pay attention. We just don't care. We just wouldn't care. But why is it when some people do that, it's like, wow, there's a wow factor. What do you think makes that difference? Say that again.
The clothing. The clothing.
Sorry, I can't hear you well.
The clothing.
Clothing, yes. Clothing is one. What else? What makes people stand out?
The confidence.
The confidence. That's right. What else?
The charisma.
The charisma. I like that. Charisma. Confidence. Clothing. When they enter the room, it's like, wow. It's their personality. It's charisma. Something we do not see. We just feel it. We can't really pinpoint. Yes. So that thing, that differentiating factor is what we call gravitas. Gravitas is a Latin term, which means seriousness and importance of manner, causing feelings of respect and trust in others. So this gravitas is actually a combination of so many factors. Of course, all people have gravitas. It's just that this comes in different levels. So the people who will have low gravitas will have like low impact when it comes to socialization. Like people don't really notice them. Why? I don't know. Why is it that when somebody talks and like I know that she will be the most popular girl in class. Why? Because she has gravitas. And how do we improve our gravitas level? Like for example, you enter a room. Would you know who is the boss in that room? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes, immediately. Once you see that person, you will know that he's the boss. She's the boss. You're the man, right? And you will feel it, not even without them talking. That is gravitas. Now, gravitas is composed of so many factors. And let's talk about that. The first one is, hold on. sorry, I have to keep on switching windows, is presence. Now, can you tell me what for you is presence? How do we say that? Oh, she has presence. He has presence.
When everybody looking at you.
Yes. When everybody listens to you. What else? When everybody looks at you. Say that again.
Everyone is noticing you.
Uh-huh. That's right. And so presence, the ability to draw attention. Perfect. That's right. That's right. People are just drawn to you. You don't have to do anything. They're just drawn to you. They just look at you. They just listen to you. Okay, there you go. Going back to my slide. There you go. So, but in job hunting, job application, the people looking, the hiring managers look for candidates who has presence. What is presence? It's not just the ability to draw attention. You have presence if you can make fast judgment, if you can make decisions fast. You also have presence if you think fast and respond appropriately, right? In certain situations, like a juice spilled while you're waiting for a job interview, what do you do? You stand up, look for something, fix it, or you just sit there, tilt your head and ignore it. That's presence. It's being proactive too. It also is poise. Do you come to an interview looking all sweaty and tired and nervous? No, that is not presence. It's poise. It's not being anxious. And you're like, oh, I'm so nervous. My hands are so cold. I'm very sweaty. My armpits are all wet. That is not presence. And also, presence is being able to speak up when you're asked. When people ask you, not just in the interview, like the basic, when you enter the company and yes, what can I do for you? Oh, I am here for an interview with. That is presence, being able to speak up. And it's also volunteering when you already have the job. Okay? So presence is one factor of gravitas. But presence is not really measured in an instant. However, the second factor is confidence. What is confidence on the other hand? Answers, answers, confidence.
How they talk, how they walk.
Being comfortable in an environment.
Yes. Other answers?
You're afraid to make a mistake.
Yes. When do you say that a person, oh, that person is very confident?
He or she trusts herself.
Yes, that's true. Correct, correct. So confidence, by definition, is actually a belief, right? You believe that you are good. You believe that you are capable. And because you believe that, people can see that. It shows. It is a quality of being certain of your abilities. You know that you are a good engineer. You know that you're a capable programmer, and you know that you're better than the rest. That is confidence. If you think that and you feel that, and if you believe that, people can see it. People can see it. Now, when you're already in the workplace, confidence is also that aspect wherein you have trust in the people you work with. And you have that trust that the future will be good for you. That is why you're working your best and giving your best and giving everything for this company that you're working for. That is part of confidence. It is trusting yourself and trusting your co-workers. Now, presence and confidence put together lead to influence. And that is what hiring managers are looking for in their new hires. The potential for this person to be influential. Because influence is not just you being good at work, it's also you influencing other people, working in synergy with other people so that work will be easier and work is always excellent, right? Everything is output oriented in the real world. I'm not saying that we don't live in the real world. It's just that in the rat race of life, the people who have presence, confidence, and influence are the ones who succeed better and the ones who have higher chances of promotion than those people without it. But even if marks and grades are considered, because some people graduated with honors, but if they don't have presence, confidence, and influence, they'll just be ordinary workers, right? Grades are not really determiners of success, but influence is. Potential is. So let's go back to that first impression. How do we hack it, miss? Like, my confidence isn't that good. My presence isn't that good. It's just normal. It's just average. How do we do it then? Now, here are the basic tips, very basic, common things to hack first impressions rule. We are going to try to improve our appearances. And it says here, appearances matter in first impressions because your looks may be the first information a stranger has about you. It's your looks. So when we are looking for a job, how do we dress? How do we dress up? Looking for a job. Professionally. So how is a professional get up then? Let me hear from the group. What to you is professional get up? Is it a shirt? Is it a scarf?
Blazer.
Should we be wearing a tie?
Yes.
Yes. Really? Is that a necessity? Like, I stand too. Hold on. I would want to stand too so that you can see my get up today. So I'm wearing a shirt and I'm wearing a skirt. I cannot see it. Can you see me? Yes?
Yes.
Do you think this is a professional get up? Yes or no? Sorry. Professional coat, shirt. Sorry. So in dressing up, the rule is the more covered you are, the more formal you become. Okay, so if you're wearing long sleeves, if you're gonna put a coat on, then that will be better. So the more clothes you have, but make sure they're matching, no? Make sure they look good on you, okay? That will be better. The more covered you are, especially for girls, the more formal you become. Why can't I move my PowerPoint? There you go. So, how to look great and attractive. We have 5 things to consider. Can you see it? What's the first one? Appearance. Grooming. Posture and poise. Body language. And aura. Yes. Now, is this related to communication? Is this related to professional communication? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. So, as a general rule, look clean and well groomed. If you need to shave, go shave. If you need a haircut, go get a haircut. But please, nobody will tell you, hello, you stink. So make sure you shower. A perfume is not a necessity. Make sure you shower, you brush your teeth, because people sometimes they don't point it out because it's rude to point it out, but they notice, they see everything. And sometimes it's really very unfortunate that people forget it. Hello, brush your teeth once a day at least, right? Be clean, shower. When I was in the university, I just have 2 pairs of jeans and 5 shirts. So I make sure that for each week, I change the order of the clothes I wear so that it doesn't look like a uniform. Because I was a very, very poor kid when I was in the university. But my jeans are very faded. Just 2 pairs. On a Friday, I'll be wearing shorts because we're allowed to wear shorts in the Philippines. Yes. Just make sure you're clean and well groomed. And if you can afford it, buy new clothes. For men, white, black, gray, and blue are professional colors. White, black, gray, and blue. Don't go for orange ones. Yellow, but miss, orange is my favorite color. No, please. No, no, no. For girls, go for solid colors. It's the same thing. White, gray, black, professional colors for girls. Brown, it depends. If brown looks good on you, wear brown. Okay? There's this test. It's a dressing up test wherein you put a silver foil behind you and a gold foil behind you. It should cover your head up to your waist. And so you will stand in front of the silver foil and the gold foil on yellow lights. And you can see that whether or not you look good in front of the gold or in front of the silver. You call that, I forgot that test, but I did that in a Guthrie Jensen professional development class. It's a workshop for professionals. If you want to dress nicer, things like that. So stand in front. You can do this at home. Get a gold foil and a silver foil. Ask your family, do I look good in front of the gold foil? Or do I look good in front of a silver foil? If you look good on a gold foil, it means you're a gold. And so earth colors will look good on you. Earth colors. What are earth colors? So you can do maybe greens and browns and oranges, solid colors inside the coat that will look good on you. On the other hand, if you look good in front of a silver foil, then your silver personality, then you can use cool tones. You can wear pink, pastel colors, blue, fuchsia, things like that. And then you can Google that. Warm colors, that's a gold. Cool colors, that's the silver. It's a dressing up very easy. You can do it on your own and see if you look better in front of the gold, then warm colors will look good on you if you're gonna improve your wardrobe. And silver colors, no, I mean cool colors will look good on you if you look good in front of a silver foil. That's just a story on the side. Are we still listening?
Yes.
Yeah. Am I boring you?
No.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's keep on moving. Dress appropriately. As a general rule, I can give you a whole day of workshop about dressing up and poise and posture. Unfortunately, we just have 45 minutes to do this. So dressing appropriately, avoid bright colors. And for women, avoid alluring styles. What is alluring? I'm aware that you're in a country that do not accept alluring. What is alluring? Tight fitting, showing cleavage, showing more skin than normal. Yeah? So, as a general rule, especially for countries like Oman, yes, because this is a Muslim country too, the more covered you are, the more formal you become. Also, in terms of colors, don't wear more than 5. No, 5 is the maximum color. Like if you're going to count the number of colors in your attire, don't go above 5, including the print. So I'm wearing a black one and a white. My skirt is beige and black. So it's white, black, and beige. 3. Maximum, what's the maximum color? 5. 5. Other than that, including jewelry. Other than that, that's too much. That's too much. But of course, that color cutoff is cultural. You might say that, well, this is my fashion. I really like neon things. And I really like it colorful. It's up to you. It depends on your personality. But in the corporate world, just saying, maximum is 5. So if you have a solid orange and solid green and brown and black, so maximum is 5. Then you are what you wear. And clothing not only influences how other people perceive you, but how you regard yourself. What does this mean? Because if you feel confident that you look good, other people see that too. It affects your confidence, yes? And then you will speak better. You will communicate better. Why? Because you know that you look good and you smell nice and you look attractive. On the other hand, if you dress shabbily, oh, I forgot to iron my shirt. And then that will give you that feeling that you are inadequate. It will affect your confidence. So, first rule, first impression, dress up. Okay, which clothes, question for you, do you think are not appropriate to wear in the workplace? Tank top, yes. Slippers, what else?
Short skirt, short pant.
Okay. How about jeans? Are jeans okay? Yes or no?
No. Depends on the company.
Depends on the company. Very good. Because other companies accept smart casual. Okay. Especially the engineers. They don't need really to wear slacks and silk or satin. No need for fancy things. Why? Because they work in, like, they should be comfortable enough to do their programming and to work on their machines, right? So usually, or call centers, for example, or business process outsourcing. I heard that's a big business in Malaysia, big industry in Malaysia. So you can go into technology, you can go into your kind of field. It depends on the company too. A no-no would be showing your toes. Usually showing toes is not acceptable. What else? Showing, wearing sleeveless clothes, not acceptable. Slippers, sleeveless, tank tops. The rest will depend on company culture. Finally, look attentive and be attentive. I should go faster, right? Should I? Yes, because I just have a few minutes. Look attentive, be attentive. First impressions. Okay, now we go to the next part of it. 38% tone, pitch, pace of your voice. Confidence and communication. What do we mean by that? If you're the hiring manager, how can you say that an applicant is confident? How can you say that an applicant is confident?
They just start when talking.
Uh-huh. When you ask them, they answer. Are my students confident today? Hold on. When you ask them, they are answering and they answer right. Confidence in communication. Now, how do we hack this? How do we, Miss, I'm very shy. Miss Gladys, I'm really a shy person. How do I hack confidence? How do I appear confident? Point number one, when you talk, make sure that the person you're talking to can hear you. Because if you're just murmuring and only your knees can hear what you're saying, then it's not confidence. Modulate. Now, my usual voice is like this. When I'm talking to a person, yes, yes, But I don't use this voice when I'm in front of a client or students or a co-teacher. This is my modulated voice. Even if it's very high, I use the full voice. And you might have one of those lessons in your speech class, yes? Everybody knows to modulate. Like lower your voice a note lower and use that because it suggests trust and stability. A lower voice register suggests trust and stability. On the other hand, if you're speaking like this, really, really high and excited, it suggests weakness. Yes? And so it's also part of first impressions. But then it also depends on your personality. If you're a serious person, then you'll answer questions in a more serious manner. And if you're a happy person like me, and I'll be moving a lot, even on a job interview, and I'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm really a very enthusiastic teacher, so I cannot stop moving. It's part of my communication. Modulate. Lastly, language fluency. Know English, learn English, speak in English. But if you're ask in your vernacular, then answer in the vernacular. How do we improve that? Lessen your fillers. What do you mean by fillers? What are fillers when you talk? Okay. Basically. So sometimes those words actually, okay, ah. And if you're pressing for words, you say more. Okay. There was one time in my master's class, I have a classmate who was reporting, and he was like, basically, okay. So, and the teacher got really annoyed and said, stop saying okay. What you're doing is not okay. Sometimes you get that. That is what people say inside their heads if you use a lot of fillers. So, miss, when I get nervous, I really say a lot of and okay, especially when I'm really nervous. My tip, instead of saying and don't say anything. Example, let me give you a demonstration. Today, I'll be talking about confidence in communication. What's the tip? Instead of using fillers, don't say anything. Today, I'll be talking about confidence in communication. See the difference? So if you cannot stop yourself from saying close your fist and don't say anything. And then think of the next word to say. Think of the next sentence to say. It's also good to practice to have a spell in front of the mirror. Like, for example, you know the question, introduce yourself. And then people will say, by the way, I am. Why do you have to say by the way? Or basically, I am. You don't need those fillers. You just say, I graduated from, I've been working on, I'm good at. See the difference? So instead of a filler, hold it, because that makes it more, that gives it more impact. Okay, communication without fillers. Next one. Stops and pauses. Don't stop too long. Don't pause too long, because it shows the percentage of stupidity of a communicator, meaning you're processing too slow. And so the hiring manager will say, I think this person is too stupid for us to hire. Why is Miss Gladys using stupidity? Well, you call that uncompromising straight talk. When you go to the corporate world, people don't really care about your emotions. That's what I learned. And so some of the people I work with will say, Gladys, can you not ask stupid questions? And I was like, that's too harsh. But that is a corporate world. It's far from university. In the university, everyone is so polite and respectful, and you're sheltered and nice and all that. Well, when you join the workforce, it's like everyone's a bleep. Suddenly, everything changes, and you'll be hearing harsher words than stupid and bleep, bleep, things like that. So, in the interview, going back, don't pause too long. Don't stop too long, because that is a show of the level of cognitive processing, the speed of your cognitive processing. All right? When you're asked a question, answer. And you can say, hold on, let me think about that. Okay, instead of pausing. What are your weaknesses in the question? What are your weaknesses? Pause. Think. Uh, uh. Because you need time to think. And so you say, weaknesses. Repeat the question. Think about it. Let me think about that. And then you can answer, right? That is like 15 seconds of thinking before you answer. Repeat a few words of the question. Not. Let me think about that. Weaknesses. And then you can answer. Okay? Techniques in interviews. Next one. Last one. Repetitions. When the question is too difficult, for example, you can repeat part of the question, weaknesses, but not the whole question. Because the more words you repeat in your discourse, it's like your communication competence is what do you call that? Reversely proportional. The more words you repeat, the less of a good communicator you are. Okay? So what are the 3 things to avoid in communicating, especially in interviews? First impression, fillers. Don't stop and pause too long. Don't repeat words too much. Okay? Are we good with that? Remind me about the time, okay? You can just say last 3 minutes, Miss Gladys. Yes, noted. And then you can type it in the chat box. Competence in your field of expertise. Now I understand you are computer science and engineering students, and yes, although the question is, so if you're looking for a job, then you have to be good with what you do. That's a rule. Ensure that you have the skills a graduate of your program must have. Give examples. Can I get 3 answers from people of different courses? What do you think are the top 3 skills that a graduate of your course should have? Tell me your course and your top 3 skills. Anyone? Yes. Are you just scratching your nose?
Yeah, from manufacturing faculty, I think the 3 important skills that you need is designing skills, programming skills, and fabricating.
Okay, good. And that was quick. Now, sometimes you will write good in Microsoft. I was like, what is that? Microsoft or good interpersonal skills. Now, let me show you a few skills that you can give as an answer when you're asked that. The question, for example, job interview, why should we hire you? Then you have to show us what you're good at, yes? We have general skills that employers look for, and we have specialized skills. Miss, I cannot think of specialized skills. I can just say I'm good in designing. I'm good in... Now, if you cannot think of any at that moment, say your top 3 courses that sounds like a skill. Example, I'm a graduate of development communication. And I was like, skill, I'm just good in communication. Technical writing. It's a course, but it's also a skill. And so you can give that as an answer. And you got high marks for that. That will back it up. Okay? What else? I'm good in design and layout. Oh, that's a skill. That's a skill, and it's my course, and I got high marks for that. So if you find it difficult to answer that, what are you good at? Why should we hire you? Those are the tips for specialized courses. Yes? What are you good at? Think of your top 3 best courses. Give that. If it sounds like a skill, give that as an answer. On the other hand, wait, let me change my screen. We have this as the general skills you can put emphasis on. You can say that you're good in communication. You have excellent leadership skill. You're a good team player. You are culture literate. You're good to work in a multicultural environment. You have good social skills. So they're all lumped together in one group. You have good critical thinking and problem solving skills. You are creative. You have initiative. You are flexible. You can work graveyard shift. You're a hard worker. And you're good with media and technology and information. Now, communication and leadership, on the other hand, the communication, leadership, critical thinking, problem solving, creativity. The four groups put together makes, is that wrong grammar? Make a difference, because that will be the differentiating factor of people getting hired. I'm talking about industry, okay? Because I've worked in the Philippines, I've worked in First Asia. It's actually a big corporation. We are doing academe and corporate. And so we own an aviation company, a publishing, manufacturing, and a college. And so I'm used to working with corporate academe world. And I also do marketing, and I also do events. So anyway, in appraisal and when people are getting promoted or hired, we put premium in communication skills and leadership skills. So that is the reason why communication skills are important. Why? Because it's not really the marks that will get you promoted, but it's the way you communicate. If you're better, if I have 2 graduates, say one is an honor student and one is an average student. The other one, the average student, has better communication skills and presentation skills. The other one, average. Who will I promote? The honor student or the average that has good presentation skills? The average. Why? Because he can, that person can do presentations better, and so he will work well as a leader, most probably. So that is how the corporate world looks at it. They put premium in your communication skills. Miss, I'm not really good in communication. What can I do? I'm just good in engineering. I'm just good in design. I'm good in what I do, but I'm not good in communication. What should I do? Here are my tips. Yeah, sorry. Leveling up. I say keep on learning. What do I mean by that? If you're not good in making presentations, then try to study that. Try learning how to do Flash. If, on the other hand, you would want to work abroad, try taking IELTS and TOEFL. Sharpen the saw and improve your presentation skills. There are lots of YouTube videos about this: presentation, public speaking, interpersonal communication. sharpen the saw. You can also do your master's while working, right? Because that is what I did. That's why I said I've been a university instructor since 2006. I graduated 2005. I immediately took my master's because in the university you cannot teach without a master's degree. And so it was a bargain. They like me, but I don't have my master's. So I enrolled and then applied for it, and I got the job while being a master's student. Things like that. Never stop learning. It also applies in real life, like learn a new skill, try music, upgrade your programming skills, things like that. Don't just depend on the things that you learn in the university. Try leveling up, because that will be the differentiating factor of you getting hired, because you're competing with so many thousands of students who are of the same level or better, right? Then you should have a differentiating factor. What is it? You tell me. You have to have at least 2 or 3 skills that are better, that should be better than the rest of them. So this is my tip, level up. With me, after graduation, I know that my English is better because every free time I have, I will keep on improving my accent. I train myself to remove my regional Filipino accent because I know that that time communicating with an American accent in the Philippines will give me an advantage over others. Right? Reading a book, learning a new skill. It makes, according to research, right? It makes our brains, it changes the form of our brains. What does that mean? It makes you smarter. So the number of hours you spend learning something new is the number of hours you get ahead of your batch, right? Imagine if you will spend an hour learning a skill, and for you to learn, 5 minutes left in my, okay, and for you to learn a skill and be good at it, for you to be proficient with any skill, it takes 10,000 hours. And that's scientifically proven. All right. So that's my encouragement. 5 minutes left. So few things to consider. And this is my finale. Sorry. I want you to read this. More than 50% of the recruiters and almost half of employers indicated they have no preference regarding the kind of degree earned by candidates, whether from a traditional or online institution. What does this mean? As long as they see that you can get the job done, whether you graduate from a small college or a big one, they will hire you. And this is an encouragement, right? Some of us are not graduates of prestige. We won't be graduating from prestigious colleges or universities. I'm one of those. But it's an encouragement that you can still make it big, right? It's all up to you. Try to level up. Over 85% of recruiters and employers state that a social media profile is somewhat extremely important. What does this mean? What does this say? How does this impact you? What are you showing in your social media? Right? So, time for reflection. What are you showing? Because it creates an impact in your personal branding. Maybe this is a time to delete your wacky photos of you wearing swimsuit. Try to trim down what you're sharing in social media. It's time to rebrand your Instagram, right? Because it like recruiters really look into social media of applicants. Lastly, nearly 20% of recruiters said participating in viral challenges or dances would negatively impact sorry, their decision to move forward with the candidate. What did this mean? Don't show them stupid. It's part of personal branding. But miss, it's my personality. Yes, but you are selling yourself at the moment. So don't sell them stupid. We are trying to create an attractive image of you. Then maybe after getting a job, you can show them stupid because that's your personality, right? Okay. So, do you have any questions? Yes, sir.
Can you hear me? All right. Since our students here are like, what is that? Graduating students. So, and they will be out there looking for jobs, and especially in the engineering field, most of our students are. So, how do you think that these engineering graduating students should portray when they are attending for job recruiters or job recruiting or any sort of interview session kind of thing?
What's the question again? How should they portray themselves?
When they are attending any sort of job interview, because like you said, like the first impression matters. So how should they portray themselves?
So don't be the tip is don't be too casual, don't be too relaxed, don't be too anxious, don't be too nervous. Yes, you're nervous, but don't show it. How do we do that? Like it goes with posture and poise too. When you're sitting down, don't slouch. Don't be like, yeah, yes, okay? When you come for an interview, be snappy. Sit properly. Sit properly. Straighten your back, right? Don't be like, don't put your feet should be ready to rise every time. Okay? Straighten your back. Walk attentively. Don't be like, I'm too lazy. Oh, I'm too nervous. Oh, things like that. So be attentive, look attentive, be attentive. Professional. Formal, not too casual, not too relaxed, a little bit reserved. Did I answer your question?
Yeah. So yes, students.
Anything else?
What should you say when there are certain questions that you can't answer?
Now, that depends on the question. Usually, usually people can really answer all questions and they will just take time. There isn't any question that you cannot answer. Usually, the difficult question to answer is, can you tell what are your weaknesses? So what is a good answer for that?
For an example, my friend had a question regarding about his skills on programming. Like the employer asked him what is the programming for array and stuff, like or some algorithm. Unfortunately, he could answer that, but if the question were asked to me, what should I answer if I don't know the real answer to that question?
It seems to me that that question will be related to specialized knowledge. Yes? Specialized knowledge. Because that is a question about your field. Yes? And so you can just tell them that if you don't really know the answer or is it a mathematical problem? Things like that. You can just be honest about it. Right?
Honesty.
Yes, be yourself and be honest. Honestly, sir, I don't really know the formula for this, but if you can give me time to compute maybe a few minutes to do that, then I'll be able to. Or I'll make that my homework and then laugh a little. Because they know, see, hiring managers know that you are not a perfect employee yet. And all of you will still have to undergo training. But show them that you're working on it. At the moment, sir, I don't really know how to answer that. Maybe if it's related to this course I took, I'll go back to my notes and I'll give you an answer to that tomorrow. And that's being funny, and it's saying that we're going to do something about it. Yes? So that is how I will respond to it.
Thank you. One last question, maybe. Yes.
My audience is really quiet. It just shows that when the audience is really quiet, two things. It's either you don't understand anything or you understand everything.
No, Miss Gladys, they are fasting.
Ah, I know, because all of my students say, Miss, we're tired. And I was like, yeah, I don't eat and drink this time too, and it's near iftar, right? I understand. Yes.
So, no question?
Ramadan Kareem. No question?
So, Gladys, we have no more question here. So, thank you very much for the insightful session we have. So, guys, could we give a round of applause to Gladys?
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Maybe next time you can have another session like this, or maybe something else.
Something else. Maybe that something else is something I'm not good at. Let me make that my assignment.
All right, just before we leave this place, can we have like a picture with you?
Sure. Do I have to? Okay, let's do it.
Let's get to the center of this place and then
tell me where to look, or do I have to change anything in my computer?
No need. You just need
to be there
and be present.
So I just have to smile?
Just off your
do I have to do this?
Just turn off your stop sharing your slide so that we can have the full.
Okay. Hold on. Give me stop sharing. All right.
Yep. There you are.
There you go. Come closer.
Let's come.
There are a lot of them. Hi. You're all very young.
We all are.
You all are. Yes, totally. I'm the only old person here.
No, we all are, including you.
Where do I look? Should I look up?
Okay, this side. All right, come. So now we are taking picture with your With your screen here.
Okay, okay.
All right. Welcome.
Maybe I should remove my glasses.
Boleh kod Sulit di sana. Okay, next part of it. Okay, sekali lagi. Satu, dua. Satu, dua. Okay, next.
Yay!
Thank you very much for the session, and hopefully
Thank
we
you.
can have you again for another session. All right,
Yeah,
thank you very
sure.
much. Selamat.
Just inform me. I'll be very happy to. I hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you very much for coming.
All right,
And happy
thank you.
Iftar.
Selamat, Bob.
Yes.
Bye.
Salamat, salamat. Bye. Should I turn this off now?
Yes.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you. Thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you for the session.